Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box, the Technical Trader at TechTrader.com. It's Tuesday, turnaround Tuesday, 8/16/2016. These are the charts of the day at TechTrader.com, and I'm going to tell you it's getting ugly out there. The S&P 500, NDX, Dow, all closing at lows for the day, going away, and we could be headed lower for a bit. So we'll see, but I'm going to show you the long and short side, as several stocks appear to be continuing to move and or break out. A breakout point today was Clean Energy, CLNE, which after a while has shown a multiple waves down, a double bottom at the beginning of the year, a run up, and then a big platform with multiple lows around 260, 63, 65 range. Recently, it's exploded to about 390 today, and you can see there's resistance right there. But that's a key resistance zone. We should get through here. We're looking for 4.5, 3/4, 5 1/4, and then 6 1/4, but maybe much more than that down the road, as you can see where this stock was. For now, though, a price volume surge, a breakaway gap, moving average is about to cross over. Either it breaks through, runs up, and then gives you a consolidation, which is a nice setup for more upside, or it just backs off here and consolidates. But with 6.22 days to cover, it could be interesting. Put that on your watch list. CRK, in deference to Eric, thank you, Eric, for bringing my attention to this. The stock exploded today on 3.3 million, breaking its major declining tops line, and also breaking out through the recent peak in June to test the spike high in March, about the 620 range. It actually reached 639 before, finishing at 613, up 153 or 33%. Big day on big volume, and a major price volume surge may have changed direction on CRK. And my target's now going to be 9.5 zone with 5.8 days to cover. We may very well get there. Let's see what consolidations along the way could be a setup. And CWEI, it seems like I talk about this every day. The stock has gone from where we gave it to you here on the breakout at 19 and change to 62 and change today, nearly 63. My targets have all been met. My next target could be 68 or thereabout, but that would be it. Anywhere between here and there, I would be exiting the stock as it's already completed 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves within a fifth. So this is in dire straits, meaning that it's extended beyond belief from 6 to 60, more than tenfold. It needs some sort of intermediate pullback consolidation, or at least retesting. EBIO with a pretty good day, considering it opened at 580, dropped down to 506. It closed 541, up 6 cents, and managed to close positive with a green bar. That's really good. OBV made more new highs, and I still think the stock has 8 and maybe eventually much higher than that written all over it. Hudson, our swing trade held support for 3 days and then bounced. It's now been up for 8 days in a row, or 7 days in a row, and it's right back to resistance. We get through here, I'm looking at $7. Stay tuned. NERV, good day, as it popped through this resistance after exploding and falling wedge, creating a 3-wave corrective falling wedge, double bottoming here. It moved up, backed off a couple times, had a real test 4 days ago, but held the $10 range, and then today exploded to its high is 1320, close 1293, up 148 or 13%. That's a big move. There's 8.5 days to cover. I'm looking for a move to 15 3/4, and maybe we get a lot more than that. But for now, keep an eye on this one. Not to mention REN, which is incredibly crazy. It's gone from 5 3/4 to 1997 today, basically 300% in 2 weeks. So even though volume was huge and it's had a big run, it may be getting long in the tooth. I would say at this point, I'm looking for some consolidation flag or pullback retest. And that flex is Silica, which is another stock we've been talking about a lot of late, and you can see why. First of all, the beautiful base to breakout, swing trade there. It's moved from the low to mid 20s into the low 40s already since we gave her our swing. This wedge here broke out the other day. It's kept going. And the recent action shows a little flag for 5 days, but it seems to have come out of that. With good OBV, I'm looking for more upside if we can get through the zone. First year targets are 47, and eventually we may see it in the 52.3 range up here. 6.5 days to cover on that one. Soda's continuing its push. After the gap here, the gap there, and the gap there, the stock looks like it's on the run to the low 30s, maybe a takeover. 5.5 days to cover on that one. And TPIC, the fairly new IPO, was upgraded by 4, 5, 6 firms today, and the stock, which started out slowly, came out strong at the end of the day. It was up almost 10%. But it is extended, and I want everyone to see that. Now, a quick look at the box of shorts list that I want to talk about today. AKAM, well, after the big breakdown, it plunged from 78 down to 38. then ran back into the 58 range. 1, 2, 3, 4 times couldn't get through, and then it plunged, forming another bear wedge. At this point, this bear wedge, a rising wedge or so, could roll over and get hammered back to 47.8, and then we're looking something in the low to mid 40s. CALM, Cal-Maine Foods, massive top, breakdown, and now a big bear wedge. Where's this going to go? That's a good question. Here's a weekly. You can see that if we break this major trend line, the stock could take a quick dive. First target's 34, and then I'm looking at something in the high 20s. Hormel Foods looks like a top formation after a big run. Head and shoulder formed, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, the right shoulder being a rising wedge. That broke hard. Back to the neckline in a rising bear flag type formation. And this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm looking for one more wave down at least to take it to about 32, maybe even as low as 29.5. Luxoft, which broke its major trend, you can see the long uptrend it was in, then came down hard, running back up to do a retrace of about 0.618 Fibonacci right there, and then rolling over, retesting the lows before bouncing again to the declining tops line. Now it's rolling over again, and if it takes out this multiple lows in this area, we could see a quick 44.5, probably even into the high 30s. MIK looks like this is topped, but we need to get it to crack below 25, 24.90. Then we could see it accelerate down towards 20. MTSC, also a stock that was been in a massive top formation after a long run up. Finally rolled over and stair-stepped its way lower. This is a strong plunge pop, plunge wedge, and now plunge larger wedge. Where's it going? Well, I would envision the possibilities if it fails here, you're going to test 37 and then potentially all the way down there 30. SIG, massive top, and a big wedge is formed here. Looking at it on a daily, you'll see the wedge. If it fails right there and rolls over, I can see the stock moving into the low 70s, even mid 60s. Stamps.com, way overdue for a hit. It came down wedge, came down flagged, and then had a pretty hard hit here to support. And recently has formed the rising wedge again with terrible technicals. If it fails here, looking for 65 and then 55. Synaptics with a massive top formation, it appears. Large top, rolling top, head and shoulders top, whatever you want to call it. It broke down and snapped back. And right now that snapback has brought it back to the 50 lateral price resistance and a perfect setup for more downside. Targeting 42 and then some. And lastly is WebMed, which really rolled over hard in the last month or two. First taking a spike up to 67, dropping to 56 and snapping back to 62 before making lower lows, with today down another $1.40 or 2.63%. That basically is the lowest level since February, and it looks like we may test this zone down in here. First, I'm looking for 49, then I'm looking for 45. Those are your targets. And that's it for tonight, everyone. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow in the trading room.